Okay, guys. So hey, we're in April, guys. We're in this is week 11 actually. So so just want to kind of introduce myself to so we got Cyndi and Zeke who are new. They just came on board last week. We got a few other ones as well. So just kind of want to welcome you guys. And then if you have any questions, feel free. Everybody's friendly. So I know Zeke, you're on our call a couple weeks ago on that Wednesday night. So I know you're really not a stranger. A few of the people at least. But just want to let you guys know, for you guys that are new or anybody that needs help with like paperwork and kind of stuff, I'm going to do some more sessions, but not on Monday nights. But if you guys need to catch up, you guys can go into what they call there's a chat thing in the and I'll it's in the Facebook group and it's called Monday Night Sessions. And you can go in there and you can just pull up all of the Monday night sessions that we've already done. There should be 10 of them, and I will, or 10 or 11 of them. I will have tomorrow's on there by 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we're going to do a few, probably just a couple weeks. It won't be on a Monday night because I want to keep the Monday nights going. The only Monday night we're going to miss now is Good Memorial Day, obviously. But we're going to do a couple sessions just of going back to like the weeks 1 through 4 or 5. So if you need that, if you want to come back and just do that anyway, that's cool. I'll let you guys know. Just make sure we keep the Zoom straight because that was part of what happened last week. People actually started going into another Zoom that was set up on there, and you know, so I'm just going to try to make sure that everybody knows there's one Zoom. If we're going to do a special session, it'll say like special session, and it'll actually have like Wednesday. So don't sign on to Wednesday nights. But tonight we really want to talk about lending. And I know you guys maybe if you guys have any questions, I know it's a good time when Dan's here because I know which obviously Jesse's going to be the point of contact, but Bill's also able to do some lending, and then Justin. So Justin, since you've been here for a few weeks, let me start with you real quick because I know you're kind of also um, going back and forth with your other masterminds. But what's going on in the Gators with all the Gators and stuff now, and how can our people access you guys for lending? Let me see if he's here. Justin, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. I'm over
Oh,
here. My bad. Just doing an order.
oh,
Yeah, you can access us anytime, man. We pretty much I'm partners with Rob Sema. He's the one that runs the whole Gator training and everything. So if y'all need a Gator lender, I can help you get access to one. And I'm a Gator lender also. So
okay. And then Justin, I do want to we do want to try to set up that what we're gonna do last week, the AI, and try to do like a whole night of it where we can kind of make sure we have a bigger group so we can have 20 to 25 people so we can
that'd be
do like
awesome.
yeah.
We also need a long amount of time because dude, it's a lot.
Well, I know. I mean, I'll set it up for like maybe we start early and just people can come on and we'll record it if people can't make the whole session. Because what I want to do is I want to start incorporating the 1.0, the database, and start going all the way through the process of helping them go from, what you and I did that night, and what we tried to do is find a property, make the offer all the way through to trying to find some to match up the lenders in the 1.0.
Yeah. So what I've set up on my side since we last talked, I actually have a automation thing where it sends out the LOI, sends out the offer, sends out the proof of funds, does everything for us.
Well, that's gonna be awesome. That's what that'll help a lot of people. If we can do that and we can make that available to the group or something, you can train them on that. So let me say, got a raised hand. So let me go and see. Yeah. So if anybody's got any questions, I'm trying to unmute everybody just so we can ask, if you guys want to ask Justin any questions about AI or what he's doing. It's a pretty cool process, guys. So what we're going to be able to do is, and what we did, Justin and I just did by ourselves a couple weeks ago, the one that was deleted by YouTube, because I left in some of the phone numbers and stuff by accident. You can't post people's phone numbers and stuff, and I totally didn't. I forgot where I was doing that. So we want to make sure that you guys, everybody's on. So we'll try to set something up. So Justin, just tell me what day you want to do it. I know I'd like to get a couple people on it, no matter what. And then try to get as many people as we can on there. If you need 3 or 4 hours or whatever, just tell me what kind of time you need and
Um,
what day you want to
it
do it.
depends on how much. So last time I did a AI thing, people got kind of overwhelmed. So I would recommend a 2-day thing so they can digest it all.
We can do that. We can do like, I mean, we can spend the rest of April, I mean, literally on AI and start building our 1.0. So that way everybody hits the ground running by May. And by May, we're just going to do like May and June. We're probably going to do like 8 to 10 weeks between now and the end of July of just deals. And so I think maybe if we can do that starting in the next week or two, we can just break it down and do like an AI, like three AI sessions.
And what is everybody's experience level in real estate like? Do they know how to? They're already comfortable finding buyers. Do they know how to find leads, or where's everybody at with that process? I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit mixed. And you got a lot of people at group. I mean, we're probably into week 11. We're in week 11 or 12 of our program, but a lot of people are very experienced. We have some people that are really experienced that don't come on as much. They pretty much bought it to get all a lot of people came on to get to 1.0 and get the documents and the forms and the processes. We also have some very experienced people like Bill's on right now. Bill can lend. He's got some really good stuff going. We've also got, I mean, a lot of people are just have a lot of very experience. You know, we have Jandy on now in our group now too, and she's trying to make it on. You guys know her. She's in a few groups. She's actually working with Helena McDonald, who's our associate. She's actually in Australia. She was in our 2020 class. And so she took over. You guys know that group, and I can't really remember because it's a weird name. It's not my group, but it has like 39,000 people in it, and it probably had 17,000 bots. We've spent pretty much the last 2 weeks trying to remove the bots, and it got to the point where I'm a little bit burned out because it's like you have to do this manually, delete, 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 and it's like, you can't just do it on your phone. You have to do it from it's easier to do it from a computer. Um, so we've got a lot of good people. I think if you can break it down into like using Privy or PrepWire or something, because we talk about that a lot. If we can break it down and show them basically how to take it from finding the source to using Hunter.io, which I've been talking about in the class. I know I gave it to a few people in it. Make sure if you guys are on tonight, if you look at a program called Hunter.io, it's a pretty cool program, and I have it. It's a free. You can do email campaigns and all that, and Justin's really good at it. So he can show us pretty much PropWire, PropStream, Privy, how to use Hunter.io, and how to use ChatGPT 3. 4 is out, but you have to be on the waiting list, and it sucks. I'm on the waiting list, so I'm not going to get it for a while. But I've been doing a lot of stuff with ChatGPT 3. But Justin, just tell me what you want to do it like 2 or 3 nights. We can just set it up and make sure everybody's going to be here. Now, I think the second Monday in May, we're going to have a securities attorney on. So I'm going to have a securities attorney come on probably the second just to go over some of the SEC stuff. And I know a lot of people aren't going to be doing SEC, but if they are, at least she'll be able to give you guys here's how not to end up with those guys from crypto going to prison. Because there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah.
So do you think I should just like on one of the days bring in Rob from the Gator? Would that be helpful, or I don't know?
Yeah, that'd
Because
be
he
cool.
runs the Gator.
Yeah, I'm cool with Rob comes on and talks about it with you. I try not to. There's some people that come on that I have other programs. I don't want to sell anything. So if he wants to come on and show how the Gator stuff works and how you guys work with the Gators, I want to break in our internal lenders because we got like multiple, like Mel's lender. I don't know if he should be coming on tonight. I know Bill is. We got a few other people, but obviously I'll give Dan's here, so I'll make sure he can talk a little bit about what his programs are. Just keep in mind, well, Jesse's on too, so you guys know, we'll make sure you have Jesse's contact information. So if you guys need if you guys want to go through what Dan's got offered, then go through Jesse because he's one of his partners in his what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm always here.
Okay, yeah, Jesse. So make sure Jesse type your email address and stuff in the chat for everybody. And this is so if you guys need to get hold of Dan, we'll have Dan talk in a minute because I know he's got a lot of things going on too. Plus, I want to try to start getting people have asked about the East Coast thing because it's later on the East Coast. So we don't have. I know it's Angel and maybe one other person. Angel doesn't come on that much. So we can actually move it to 5:30 my time if you guys want to in the future. And if that works for you too as well, Justin, we can move it up like a half an hour and go at 5:30 my time or something. I just don't want to like you start getting into that time in that California time, but obviously we East Coast time. You know, Jesse's in Massachusetts and Doris is in Pennsylvania. So we have people in Ohio and stuff. So I want to make sure that we don't have people up, you know, until 11 or 12 at night. I want to have like at least a 2 hour. I
Maybe you
don't
should
want to
do like a poll on the Zoom, asking people what they think, so that everybody can
Yeah, but
kind of pick.
we don't have everybody on the Zoom. We have between 2020 and some PMA people and 2023 we got like 50 people. So I'll put a poll out in the group and see if anybody wants to move it up because we might just have to do like 2 or 3 sessions. But I want to go over a little bit so I know while Dan's here and then introduce you guys you know since you guys all know Bill, you've been in the class with him. I can have Bill talk about a little bit about his what he's going to be doing for lending, as well as when Mel is in a deal right now where he just put $127,000 into a deal, and so once it's only going to be a couple of weeks, maybe to a couple months tops, he'll have that sold and then he'll have money to lend. So we're trying to set up our internal lenders, and we got also you guys know Gabe can also do some stuff with lending, and then Kevin's got his contacts with Glenn. Ironically, Dan said he knew Glenn. That was kind of cool last week. So with Glenn, who's in contact, she's working with Nancy on that deal. Kevin's got that deal with Nancy going on, which is like it's a grain mill, and they're acquiring it, and it's about $8 million a year in revenue, and she's actually getting it funded through one of Gwen's contacts. So Gwen's contacts we won't be bringing them, we won't be making them known. It's kind of like you'll have to go through, with Jesse to get to go through Dan, but you'll have to go through Kevin to go through Gwen. So, but Gwen's got a lot of lenders that are just, they're not on our system. But yeah, Justin, let's just do a couple like 2 or 3 2-hour sessions. Then you can just start with, we can start with some kind of basics, and then by the third session or whatever, we can do some really advanced stuff. And if you want to bring on Rob, that'd be cool.
I got you, bro.
All right. Yeah, just tell me if you want to do it starting next week, or if you want to start doing maybe the 17th and the 24th and maybe May 1st, or if you want to start next week. Either or. I mean, I'm ready to start. We can start. I want to get this AI stuff going because I want everybody to have like a tactical advantage.
I say we do it this weekend.
I don't. You mean like weekend, or Monday, or another Monday night? Because I can do a weekend. I just don't know how many other people could do Saturday or Sunday. Are you talking about like a Saturday or Sunday?
It just depends when everybody's free. I'll be open. Just let me know when, and I'll make time.
Okay, we'll try to set up 2 or 3 of these things because I want to be able to accommodate everybody and get everybody excited about AI. So we'll make sure we hook you guys up because I know you and Dan would probably could do some serious business together on some deals, and I know Bill will. So, hey, Dan, let's we got some new people. I don't know if you want to kind of maybe go off of like last week, kind of again, kind of reiterate what you're able to do and some exciting things that you got going on.
Sure. Okay. Thanks for the intro, Nate. So basically in finance, we're all colleagues. As you mentioned before, me and Gwen know each other. We never compete. And actually, a funny story, we were dealing with a mutual client, and it was the same thing. She would show up misrepresenting, and this was a challenge. So we enjoyed the camaraderie and laughed about what the challenge borrower was doing. So with lending, I'm more on the other side. So it's a good complement, a yin and a yang. So I've been in the debt side for 15 years. I'll do debt financing, commercial financing. We have lenders in that space that are are not easy to find, we'll be happy to share them. But more so, the equity is where we come into play. Similar with what me and Bill have been working on, they're also a good, strong leg for doing the debt financing, with also with Gators, just like Justin over here, that's a Gator. We'd love to find out more about what you do and how we could have your um, financial leg in the front end of the capital stack. So in the equity side of it, we eliminate the debt. And how we do that is we put the capital that we receive from a bridge lender or a commercial lender into a private fund. And that private fund is insured and is used with Morgan Stanley, where the capital that is put in there actually compounds multiple times in a short period of time. It could be able to, it will be actually paying off the amount incurred for obtaining the asset. So once the asset is obtained, in 2 months, it's paid off. And then that capital that the equity had provided will be turned into a convertible note that is flexible. The terms and conditions are going to be catered to the investor that utilized this tool, as well as the debt financing to get into the asset. Then after that, the fund could also structure the terms and condition. If it's a development and asset that needs time for the ROIs to come in, it could be deferred. So a year later, or 2 years later even, then the note could start when the project is start to produce revenue. That's pretty much the overview. By all means, feel free to ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, guys, we got some really good stuff with this. So if you guys really have anything that's kind of the kind of outside the box, definitely put it together and get a hold of Jesse, and he can get it to Dan and we get something together. I know Bill's working on it with something with him, so that's a good thing. Bill's got a kind of a unique thing with that, with your 3,000 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple of projects going with him right now.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm happy. It's like when stuff starts popping. It's when everything kind of pays off for me. Because I know Spencer's got his deal going finally now, and that's good. He was struggling to get that going. Now we got a few other people going. I know we got Zeke and Cyndi brand new on tonight, so I want to make sure they feel welcome. Matt's on. Matt's with PMA with as well as Jesse. So Matt, it's good to see you too. As always.
Hey, Nate.
Hey, what's up, going? Trying to get Kevin on. He's having some issues. But yeah, let's Cyndi or Zeke, do you guys have any questions or anything like that? And don't be afraid to if you guys are a little bit behind, we'll get you caught up, and over the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing some extra sessions. And then reach out to me if you have any questions about how the Facebook, all the stuff in there. It can be a little bit overwhelming because everybody in the group has kind of been working with us since January, and we're kind of bringing in 8 to 10 new people that'll be joining in, and then we'll be doing some kind of we'll be doing our weeks 1 through 4 or 5 again, just to catch everybody up. Which we talk a lot about paperwork and stuff and how to get things ready. And then guys, the 1.0, once we're gonna do a tutorial on it as well. And I think Justin, if we do the AI, we can kind of go into the 1.0 in the database. I'd like to get everybody trained in the 1.0 before the 2.0 is ready. So the 2.0 will be available the first week in May, and it's adding 8,000 contacts. So it's adding the single family offices, the multifamily offices, the hedge funds. It's adding pension funds, endowment funds. There's 7 databases. And then the 3.0, which again from probably July to August, we'll add another 12,000 contacts. And so some firms have as many as 25 or 30 contacts. You might have, there's like 3 at Founders Fund, which is Peter Deal's company. There's 3 of his employees are in there and in the database. So it's kind of cool. They're in the venture capitalist database, which is kind of cool to get some Silicon Valley. Although Silicon Valley's kind of been taking some hits the last couple of weeks because of the bank collapse. But just want to kind of reach out, like, so that's what we're gonna do. I think we'll just do a couple of AI sessions and we'll incorporate 1.0 because 1.0 is where you guys are gonna find all your lenders and all that stuff. And then you guys work with Justin for Gator lending, or you can work with Bill and then Mel, and there when we get their lending program set up. I want to try to like make sure that we know that those guys have an opportunity. The people that can lend money within our organization can kind of come out and have a significant amount of time to go over their requirements and what they'll lend on and what they'll do. And then we'll be able to get everybody to, I want to be able to structure you guys' deals so we can actually then go to the lenders that we have in the lender list. And we can actually, you can go get your, your short term, or you can go get your down payment assistance or whatever. And then don't forget about Cameron's program, because Cameron's got that great program at 50 rental properties. So if you guys are interested in that, it has to be in the Midwest. You have to have a 660 credit score, and it's 50 rental properties. You get the acquisition loan, the down payment loan, and you may get cash at closing. They may actually pay you to buy 50 rental properties if you meet the criteria. So if anybody wants that link to Cameron, I'll make sure I CC him in the group. He's in the group, so when I just punch in, I tag him. You guys can just start communicating with Cameron, setting up appointments on your own. And that's a good way to start building your cash flow and your income. And that helps a lot when you go to lenders, because for those of you guys that have been in this since January, we talked about the experience and the 2 experience forms we have: real estate experience, real estate owned, experience, real estate sold. So you put 50 rental properties on your experience of what you own. That's going to look really good to a lot of lenders, because they're going to be, especially once you start getting the equity. Once the equity, especially if we can use Privy, like Justin can show you guys Privy and PropWire. You guys can go and get properties that are already going to probably have equity, because I think Benson, who's the guy behind Privy, Benson showed us a year ago a property in Annapolis, and you were able to get the property for like 35% of ARV. I don't know, Jesse, were you on that call with Kevin when Benson showed us that? It was like probably a year ago.
Yeah, I went through it twice.
Oh yeah. So I just made sure. So Benson Juarez, guys, Privy, get privy.now.com. If you guys, it is a paid program, and I think it's about $1,000 a year. So it is a little bit of money, but it's well worth it. But PropWire is good. So you guys, Justin has all 3 of them. He has PropWire, Privy, and PropStream, so he can show you a lot of those programs. And you guys could use the PropWire. It has the free version, so you can get free PropWire and you can get free Hunter.io, and he'll show you Hunter.io. I got it. I'm learning how to use it myself. I'm going to be doing an email campaign basically to everybody on the lender list, because we're doing a verification. I'm getting to the point where I want to do verification myself rather than having a VA do it. Because right now we have 500 of the lenders. Out of the 1,300 lenders, 500 are out in verification. When they come back, we'll put them in, and then we'll pull lender list 1 and lender list 2 and send it out for verification. But I'm doing a campaign probably the next couple weeks. I'll start it with Hunter.io, and I'm going to try to get at least, of that list, have another 50 that are just on our hit list. Like, these are lenders that we want to bring them on and introduce them to everybody and show, hey, we got experienced people that know what they're doing. They know how to find properties. They know how to do the analysis. They know how to structure the offer. They know what they're doing, and they have people around them that know. If they don't know something, we've got a big group. And right now, there's a lot of talent right now in this call. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, there's another free list source too, that you didn't mention. I showed it to you also on the call. It's called Listiva.
Yeah. Yep. I
Say
remember
it
that.
again.
List, like Listiva, Listiva.com. It's completely free, and it's just like Batch. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Batch Leads. It's just like Batch Leads, but free.
Yeah, let me make sure I put it in there. I'll put it in the chat right now so you guys have it. Listiva.com. And then you guys also want Hunter.io, which has a free version. And then PropWire has free. You can get PropWire if you just want to start using a program, because Privy's 1,000. Like, I love Privy because obviously Benson's a personal friend. He's in Denver here, so it's like, he's not too. We can hook up and go have beers and stuff. Privy's awesome. So yeah, Justin, let's just I'll put it together, get a whole touch with you, and we'll put it out. We'll broadcast it, and we'll figure out when we're gonna do it, what works for you, and then guys. I mean, we may not be able to do it. May or may not be on Monday. We'll try. I'm gonna try to keep it on Mondays, but it's just if scheduling. We just need to. If you guys can make it. If not, we're gonna record it so you'll be able to watch it on the recording, and hopefully we can get. We want to get everybody trained up in AI, and you get Hunter.io, get Listiva, get PropWire. If you get those three, those are all free. So you guys can really start putting a dent in things before, and then when you start making a little bit of money, then you can get Privy and the more the paid versions and Chat GPT 3, which you can still get, but 4 is going to be incredible. 4, I think, is something like 100 trillion. I don't know what the term is. Armando could probably say off the top of his head, but I'm trying to get Armando back on. His dad's in hospice, so he's been kind of out of pocket for a while. He's in Colorado Springs, so it's kind of cool. Actually, be in Colorado Springs on Sunday. So, Doris, do you have anything interesting going on?
Yes and no. The Colonial Park's going to the sheriff's sale in July.
Oh, okay.
And but it's a little bit more complicated. I thought I had a appointment with the attorney that's going to be handling it, but he had to back out, so I couldn't forward you the information that I thought I was going to get, so that would be a more complete picture. But
Okay.
I do know that there are was another LLC involved, but there's three businesses that own their own building or that own section of the main part of the East Mall. Colonial Park Mall. So I don't know how you can buy part of it and not get entangled with the rest of it. So I think that no matter what happens, it's going to be a shopping center because they got too many moving parts in it. They got
Yeah, and this is the one where you're telling about that you have to find who actually owns the LLC, and you can't figure it. It's like almost like a shell company.
Yeah, because right now, according to the person I talked to, she said that they estimating with the penalty and interest that by the time we hit the sheriff's sale in July, they're gonna be leaning towards 800K minimum. So they're gonna want to have a sign off of. She think about 1.2 because they'll take some time to make that transition from one LLC to whoever gonna be buying it. But she's estimating at least 1.2. It's going to be the price they're going to be looking at.
Okay.
That they're going to be able to have some overflow while they're making that transition over. And she's also said that they want it to be like a redeveloped area. But I mentioned to her, but you got 4 different businesses in there that own their building or space. They're not going to allow that because they may have what we call a space ad. You know how you see the Texas Roadhouse and multiple, and they bought up like maybe 200 square feet of a parking lot with a 50 lease on it.
Well, they do a pad lease, like a pad lease.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
you got a couple of those in there.
You need Kevin's cousin on that for this. Kevin's cousin, because they have that mall. They have those malls right there in Golden, Colorado, and Lakewood that has I think it has Best Buy, and it has his own separately Twin Peaks. There's a couple other places, some banks, some things in the parking lot. When it had the hailstorm, Target owned its own part of the mall, even though it's actually connected to the regular part of the mall. And Target got repaired first. And Kevin's cousin is like the one-man HOA for all the real estate in that area. And he basically said, no, you're not doing anything. You're not changing anything at the outside of the mall. You can do whatever you want inside, because the mall got wrecked. The mall was out of business for about 6 months because all the hail came through the skylights and into it was a mess.
Yeah.
So Kevin's cousin is like the
and another thing she was kind enough to tell me is that they used to have about 50 different vendors in there.
Yeah.
They lost 38. They got scared, and they got a skeleton list of businesses that's in there now. but she feared that once it go to auction, the mall is going to be an empty ghost town, so to speak. It's
Okay,
sitting,
so
it's
what
sitting
is
on
your,
about 30 acres of land.
so what do you want to basically buy the mall? And this is like a mall, or is it like just a shopping center?
It's
Because
a
I kind of,
it's a mall, 36 acres. It's sitting on a lot of land.
okay.
Um, the
That's
only
just to clarify, because we didn't really get into a lot of that last week.
Yeah, because like I went over to the area again this weekend, and I was looking at there's an apartment complex across the street from it. You got the library behind it, and you got these little script things, like what you call those? What's that restaurant? Applebee or something like that. It's
Yeah,
across the
Applebee's.
street from it. But I see him say they want it to either be maintained as a shopping center, or they're gonna want it to be redeveloped. And this particular township is a little bit of a stickler. They are what we call your meat and potato folks. They don't want any fancy lawyer in three-piece suit coming in. They want to be able to sit with you at the Olive Garden and talk about it. So that's why I sit here and said that it's one of those situations that someone who got the patience to deal with these folks, they'll make a big bang. I personally think that the only way they're gonna get it would be ideal for someone who wants to buy it and hold on to it for about 5 years to
Yeah.
let the dust settle. And I think that's one reason why they're going for 1.2. That way, because the lady told me that they think that it's gonna go dead and they won't have any income coming in. So they want to have something to be more than what it is, because she said that they owe almost
Yeah.
250,000 just in fees and penalties.
Hey, so Doris, so Justin just put up those 3 free skip tracing websites. So you might want to like write those down, and you could maybe use those to try to find out who the contact is for that.
Yeah.
So use those on fastbackgroundcheck.com, that's
What's cool?
them.com.
What's cool about that's them? It shows what their mortgage is. It'll say if they have a VHA on some of them and stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
Oh, does it?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. On that's them. So when you pull up somebody's information, it'll say full profile or something like that at the end. It's like a purple button. When you click that, it opens up more details.
Okay, great. I'm gonna have to let you know how it goes, because I was sitting here. I said, well, it would be great. Like I said, I was thinking like that's not something that I could handle. I think right now it's just out of my league. But with the right partners, it could be something they could hold on to for about 2 or 3 years and
You got
make
you got a
killing
ton
on it.
of you got a ton of partners now potentially. So and we got
Yeah,
people from 2020 and PMA, so we got a lot of people that might be interested in helping you. Yeah, if you can use these free websites and see if you can track down the information, and let's make it let's try to see if we can put it together for you.
yeah, that
And we
would
can
be
get
great.
and we got people in the in our group that might be willing to help you or partner with you or something like that. Take it forward. If it makes sense, let's see if we can, because I mean we got a lot of deals. I mean, Spencer's deal was nearly impossible. We thought when he first presented it, now it's getting done. And Bill's
Mhm.
working with Dan on a couple of deals. So I think guys, we're able to, I think if we're able to, if you can do the research with these 2 websites, and I think we can plug it all into, we can try to get the numbers and maybe try to get some people within our group who are experienced, maybe more at the commercial side, can help you put something together. And then maybe we can find a way to get it funded.
Yeah,
And then come up with a plan.
ironically, there's another shopping center called the East Mall, but
Yep.
someone bought that one out, and they're gonna tear it down and go make it apartment complex.
Because
They are
there's a ton of Sears stores out there that are abandoned. There are 7 Sears just in the Denver metro area that are sitting empty right now. That were
Wow.
vibrant Sears stores. I mean, a couple of them that I went to when I was a childhood. Three of them, I mean, literally, they are sitting right there. There's one in this place called Westland. Westland's cool because they used to have a McDonald's that had saddles for
Mm.
kids, and it was
Mhm.
kind of cool. And I used to go there when I was a kid. And then yeah, it's kind of cool. And then they have some, a couple. There's 7 in just the Denver area alone that are sitting there, and I keep telling people, how would you repurpose a Sears store because they're huge. And
Yeah.
there's Walmart was opening these neighborhood stores, and they opened one near me, and it was only open 2 years. It's practically brand new. I mean, it was brand new. It was built. 2 years later, it's been sitting there for like 3 years, and Goodwill finally bought it to make it like one of their superstores for their Goodwill centers. And
Mhm.
I'm like, how would you repurpose a Sears? And that's one of the questions we can do later on when we start getting into more advanced stuff. Right now
Yeah.
we're gonna get a lot of these deals done, and like I said, man, I think once we get through AI in the next couple of weeks, we can go through a lot of stuff Justin's going to show everybody, and we can get all of our internal lenders in. I mean, we've got a group of guys. We got 7 or 8 people that can, if we can get some deals done, we're going to be taking stuff down left and right coming, May, June. This summer is going to be really good for everybody once they everybody on the same page. Because we got some people with some money that's out there right now and some deals, and as soon as they get it, recovered, and they get it paid back from loans they made and some other deals, I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I thought about the Sears stores, climate control self storage. We've thought about, I haven't, some thoughts on how to do some of that. Just because I drive about around them a lot, I'm like, holy crap, I was just in this Sears store like 2 years ago, and it was Sears, I mean, it was the mainstay. And you guys all know, there's like Ty Lopez or whatever went out and tried to buy all those, crappy you see all those stores that are usually together, and it's like some really ridiculous stuff. I don't know. I'd like to be able to. I've thought about a lot of things as far as repurposing. You guys have heard about Casa Bonita in Denver. It's the big. I mean, there's a whole South Park. Matter of fact, the guys from South Park just bought it. If you guys ever look at Casa Bonita, I'll post a picture of it. You never realize how big it is inside because it looks like a strip mall. And then it's inside, but used to be a Jaws once. And so it's like 3 or 4 stories below, like it literally goes below ground. It's pretty wild. And now those guys are opening it at the end of May, reopening it. They put $12 million into it. The guys that do South Park.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. Well, I mean, it wasn't had to be repurposed. It was just it closed in the pandemic, and the original owners went bankrupt, and so they put it on the market. But it's been closed since the pandemic, and it's I don't know, it's amazing just watching it. Because I graduated from Evergreen High School 2 years after Trey Parker did, and Trey Parker went to Evergreen with my brother. So he's from he went to my high school. He's one of the famous alumni of my school,
Mm.
which is kind of cool. But yeah, guys, we have some firepower on. Hey Mel, I just saw you come on, dude. What's going on? So yeah, so we got a lot of
Hey
guys.
there, Nate.
Pretty good, man.
Good.
Got
I'm
nothing.
just
Yeah.
getting over COVID. Trying to get
Oh,
over COVID.
oh
Yeah,
man, that's right.
sucks.
You sent me that thing that you were a little sick. I was like, ugh. Dude, every time
Yeah.
I cough, every time I have a cough now, I'm like, ugh. Like, dude, I don't know. I donated plasma this morning, and I was like coughing when I walked in there. And everybody's looking at me. I was like, ugh. Yeah. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, I'm still surprised that people are getting it, but at least it's not.
I am too.
It's not like it was 3 years ago. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I was kind of blindsided.
Yeah. So did your deal? Did you close on that?
We did. It's kind of weird how, my lending experience has been because we did close on the deal. The house is almost halfway done already in about 5 days. We got a contractor in there with good prices. And probably in about a week, it'll be up for sale again, and we'll get a good ARV out of it. So that'll be good. And I just kind of happened to get hooked up with this house flipper. I'm kind of almost like exclusively being his lender because he keeps bringing me other deals. So I'm a little more than halfway tapped out. He brought me a deal yesterday. So we're looking into that. And if that goes, then I'll be tapped out. So I'm going to be looking at that white elephant lender that you were telling me about and trying to beef up my lending capacity.
Okay. Well, I want to get because like you and Bill and I know Justin's also doing some lending, and obviously Dan. So I definitely want to try to put together a lending group within our group, and then obviously we know that everybody kind of gets tapped out at some point, that they've got money out, but trying to put stuff in together where people can work with each other, and then, we can send 4 or 5 people to Rock Capital and, use
Right.
their program. I mean, we could get a really good deal for people. For those people who just heard Rock Capital for the first time, Rock Capital has a white label table funding program. So you can be a broker for them, but you can also be a white label. And basically they are providing the money, but nobody really knows it comes from you. So it's like white label. So it looks like it's your money, and it's actually, so instead of brokering, you're structuring the deal and all that. So it's a really good deal. If you're lending and you would just want to get a little bit more capacity, you can work with them. But I definitely want to get a lenders, guys. And so we are going to do, like I think we're just going to do like 3 weeks of cool. So, and then, yeah, so your deal is on Gator lending as well. So we got a couple people in here that have, that are working on this Gator program.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I'm looking at lending from a couple of different angles. And of course, I'm just now learning and how to do this, how to go about this. But I can recognize that there are opportunities for chunk money where, a wholesaler or a flipper is coming to you and they really need your money, and you can ask for a lot larger return because you have it available to them, or even get a part of the deal, which would be a lot more than just a standard percentage return on your money.
Yeah, and that's solid. And so I think what we wanted, so I think we want to put together. Justin, what's up? I thought you were saying.
Oh no, so yeah, that's pretty much what you just said is Gator lending. So there's 5 different ways you get paid as a Gator. One of them is just sponsoring a loan. You can get paid just by like signing the paperwork for somebody. So like somebody that can't qualify, I would go in and just sign the paperwork and get them qualified, and then I'd take some of the dough.
Right. Yeah, I don't lend anything of the money now. It's what I'm just now learning from kind of listening to some of the Gator videos, and you as well, Justin, that anything that has to be concerned with my money, there's going to be a fee or a charge, because it enables other people to really make a big return.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I think we're going to do, is really expand what we can do internally. So that way, one of the benefits, obviously, we've got a number of people, 2020, 2023, and all that. We can, I mean, everybody's going to know each other. We can structure deals, and we can, most of the deals I think we'll structure are going to be in one of these sessions. We can try to put Doris's deal together, and Bill's got a couple of deals going. I know we got Matt Soul's got some things he's working on. So we want to be able to make it where people can bring a deal in, and we could almost, if we don't just do it in the AI session, that people can bring a deal here and they can walk out with somebody wanting to fund part of it, or somebody, or or the whole thing, or partnering or whatever. That's what I really want to make May and June about.
So I'm kind of curious. I'm a little bit curious, Nate. Is there like a standard for lending if you're not doing like chunk money? Is there like a basic standard to go by, or is it pretty much open, an open field?
It's pretty much open to what you want to do, what you're comfortable with, the money you want to do, because it could be like, if you're talking about 100,000, 200,000, do you that you got available to find out, or your comfort zone is, then do you want to do short-term loans? Do you want to do transaction funding? And then you're doing like 1 to 3 days, although Dan can do one for 1 to 3 months, which is the longest one I've ever heard of. He can explain that later, but after this. But we got then you can, if you want to do like a whole, you don't want to, those are good if you don't want to tie your money up, because you get paid back right at the closing with your interest, and you don't have outlay. And then you can build up your capital, and then you can start working with Rock, or start working with other people. Like if you start getting a lot of money together, 300, 400, 500,000, you start getting close to the 7 figures, then maybe you want to start, breaking up in 2 or 3 loans. But we really want to structure. A lot of people, I think, if they're brand new, I really want to get them off to a good start and get them to things that they can turn over quick. Not get people into rentals right away, because rentals is a whole different. It ties your money up, and you can't often refi until the season. So trying to get some people into some flips where they can make some money, and that way they can start building up their capital, their reserves. what I'd like to do eventually is be able to have everybody in the group be able to have their own, basically have their own fund almost. Kevin and I talked about there for a while of being able to have funds within funds and help people. Like when our securities attorneys come on in May, the securities attorney can tell people how to go and raise their own capital. Once you start getting a little track record, you can go out there and raise, you got $1 million, $2 million, you could lend it, but you could also invest it. I don't want people getting like the new people, because we got some new people. It's kind of a weird phenomenon because in 2020 we had probably 80% of the people in the 2020 class had almost no experience. Where here, almost it's almost flipped the equation. And so some of the beginning of what we started in weeks 1 through 4, 5, and 6 are we have, it's remedial or redundant for some people because and so I'm trying to like go back and get some of the new people to help them on the side because we're ready to go into some pretty advanced stuff. Going to AI and basically going to 100.io and showing the privy and the prop wire and all that's going to be phenomenal. What I'd like to be able to do is develop this process that Justin's going to show everybody and have everybody here because you've got these our internal lenders being able to write a deal. I mean, literally come in and we could do AI together some nights in May and June and just do a session where we fired up people find properties and we all work. You guys start taking down properties. And maybe somebody gets the property, but other people help out, and then it's like it's like a then next week we help them get their property done or get their acquisitions done. And that's kind of what I'd like to be able to do with our internal lenders is be able to make sure that people have access to that. Or if we have to use, an internal lender, and I'm just saying internal like an associate, somebody goes out and lends like $100,000 or something and we need to go get, $400,000. We can go to Kogo or we can go to Vizio or somewhere like that. And we find in the 1.0, you'll be able to find a lender that'll actually allow a second lender, second position. They'll allow you to be the 100,000 to be in a second position as long as you're comfortable with it. There's a lot of ways we can structure this. We can structure this as a very unique program, almost like the Gators are doing, because we've got 50 something people. I mean, between all of the different groups that we have, being able to incorporate everybody and bring everybody in, I think is important. And I think a lot of people are ready now. I mean, Jesse can tell everybody about a lot of the PMA guys are ready to go, and they've been ready. So we've got a lot of people with 2020 and 2023. I think, like I said, we're gonna have like 50 people. So it's a lot of, and then it gives us a little credibility to go out there and bring in some of these lenders from our 1.0 and all that to come in and do some, they can go out and bring in, hey, we got 10 deals that we can get funded right now, or we got 20 deals. That's kind of what the direction we want to go right now.
Is there any like the wholesalers in here that does like the wholesaling stuff?
There's a few in the group. Some aren't on. Not everybody's on tonight.
So what's cool about the wholesaling? You can use your lender list to double dip, do a double dip strategy. So for example, you can get the assignment fee when you assign it to a buyer, plus get them the funding and you pay twice.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. So I want to be able to do that with our people that already have money to lend, that are in our group already, and then basically, hey, I feel comfortable lending because they see so and so's in this group all the time, and they get to know them from the group, and hey, these people are smart. Now let's see the deal on paper. And let's go do some deals together. This group could take down a lot of deals. It's almost like Danny Galvin's group. His group's always getting. I mean, they're having people come to them and saying, "Hey, I got $500,000 I need to place." And I think with time, with another, by probably the end of the summer, we'll be in a position where we'll have a lot of people coming at us with money, like, "Hey, we need to place this money." And I think we're building that kind of credibility because we're going to be able to start using this 1.0 and the 2.0 and 3.0. To build a lot of credibility and start bringing people in with money, on top of what we already have with our internal people. And we've got all the contracts, we've got all the stuff. We got some good, we got a lot of good paperwork. So those of you guys that are newer, if you guys, like I said earlier, and I hate to sometimes be redundant, but if you guys need help with kind of paperwork and assignment contracts or client, all the paperwork you need, we're going to be doing some special. I'll be putting them in the group, and it'll be just like workshops just to go through the paperwork again. But keep in mind, just go to the Monday Night Sessions chat link in the group, in the Facebook group, and all the videos are in there. And you can just week 1 through week 6, you guys can pull up the presentations we've already done. So you can get caught up pretty quick. If you got any questions, everything's in file tab section. I am going to be building with GoDaddy. Decided to go to GoDaddy instead of Square, and I'm building the website right now, so it'll be out this week, and everybody will be able to go on and actually get everything. It'll actually be like a regular library. People will be able to actually just go and download, everything they need, and then we'll still have the Facebook group. It's the files tab section, but it can be a little bit daunting to go. And I have 300 something documents, so probably another 250 to go in there. So I really don't, I try to make sure that everybody knows, hey, this is what I'm putting in there this week. So that way you know what to go, because otherwise you could be in there like, hey, do I need this?
So,
Yeah.
so what's cool about Facebook is you can go to the very top and there's a file section, and then they can click file and it has everything you dropped.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Files tab. The files tab, I've already got all this stuff in it for everybody. I just have
Some people are like, oh shit, I got to scroll to get it. That's why I mentioned that. A lot of people will be like, oh,
no,
shit,
no.
what's
I
that?
try to tell everybody. I tell everybody, even the opening in the email I send, when I send the link and the invite link after they put through the pay, and I said, hey, files tab section has everything on it. Go in there. It's just that some things I don't have labeled because I really need. I'm going to go back and try to relabel. That's what I'm doing a lot of the stuff that isn't there right now. I'm trying to relay it and saying what it is, kind of like what it kind of is related to, so that way somebody doesn't have to go and you don't have to go get all 300 items, because I literally have 10 or 15 USB sticks that have, besides what's on my computer, what's on my computer that's behind me. I got my Chromebook and all that. So I've got there 15 USB sticks full of
You got to make some branded USB sticks to send us. No, just kidding.
I thought, no, I still have one, and I have, I think about that all the time. It's actually on a delay. I actually, I'm actually turning right now. Okay, now I'm on delay. See, so, I have like 15 USB. I thought about that. If we just start doing these sessions, guys, because I really want to do this thing and have everybody come out, as many people as can come out in the fall. The reason I say the fall is because it's time to get it set up, and the place that I posted, Highland Haven and Evergreen, it's busy in the summer, weddings and reunions and all that. It's like we have so I want to get everybody out here and like just basically do a week, 3 or 4 days where we just buy properties. Everybody comes away, everybody leaves, and you own like a ton of shit, a ton of properties, and made a ton of deals. Because that's the way it's more fun to do it in groups, guys, because then you got input. You got people can throw things and say, hey, do this, or let's do this, or do that. And it makes it more fun, and it kind of gives us the group, it's kind of like the Gators. Like I never really come up with a cool name for the group. I think it's kind of sometimes, it's marketing. But yeah, so anybody got anything else that they really pressing?
Yeah, I've got a question for both you and Justin. Justin's still on.
Yeah.
So I kind of walked into this. I don't really mind it so much because he's a busy house flipper, but we put an LLC together and we bought this property in that LLC. I'm 51% and he's 49%. And Nate had advised me to put myself first when we closed, so that way I wouldn't be hurt or anything by the partnership. But this guy's staying really busy. I know we're going to probably end up securing another deal here this week. Is there any negatives to doing that, or should I be doing it in a different way?
You're talking about putting it in an LLC and making you 51%?
Yeah, I'm 51. He's 49 in this LLC that we're in together, and he finds the properties, and I will fund them.
Yeah, you know why it's best to do it the way you just did it, right? Do you know why or no? Explain why it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, but I kind of.
Is it the best way I'm doing it now?
Yeah, it's one of the best ways, yes, because look, majority votes. So you got the right because you got 51%. So you get the majority vote, no matter what.
Okay.
And you're protected. I mean, you're protected on the all legally, because if for some reason he reneges, you can take the property and you can do, then your dispositions, how you want to do disposition, And if he defaults or whatever, especially if there's no skin in the game. I mean, you were talking about what he had, like 9,000 or something, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
that was all that he had.
Yeah.
And he had to borrow it. So he's real
Yeah.
good at finding these properties. And so, that's kind of the deal we got. I'll fund it, but we're splitting the take on it. So I'm not like charging a percentage, it's chunk money. So if it's 50,000 a piece, that's what I'm getting out of it, because we're splitting it, because I don't have to find the deal. He's able to bring plenty of them. He just needs the funding, and he doesn't have good credit, but he finds the good deals, so it kind of works out, seems like.
Yeah, I'll just do.
You got an operating agreement put in place though, right?
Yes, we do.
Good.
I mean, you're
it
good on
states
that.
that 51 and 49 on the operating agreement.
Do you express in your operating agreement who does what and what happens?
Yes. He says basically he finds the deals, and I bring the money, and he arranges the flipping part of it.
Does it say what happens if y'all split up?
We put a end date the end of this year to dissolve the LLC or to reinstall it. But basically, I guess, no, we didn't put nothing in there. What happens if it breaks up? We
You're
didn't.
gonna
We
need
didn't.
to do that.
Yeah, like a default, like if he defaults or something, maybe
Or
you
if
guys.
something should happen to him, I'm
Yeah.
not wishing him bad luck, but you didn't say if you have survivorship, sole survivorship in there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah, survivorship, and then even default, like if he just disappears or something, you don't have a problem saying, hey, especially it comes down to banking and then the title and all that stuff,
Right.
That's kind of like, yeah, I mean, that's why I'd say, 51 and 49, and I have Jesse and Kevin are my partners in one company and all that. So we're kind of used to doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and
Email me for the operating agreement I used to just drop my email. Just put in the subject line operating agreement. I'll send you an operating agreement when I get to a hotel tonight.
Oh, perfect. That'd be great. That would be great.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, Jeff.
Yeah,
It's like a 30-page, 40-page thing.
Okay. That's cool. I'll go right through it. I'll read through it.
Justin, I want that too, bro.
yeah, for real.
Email me. Drop my email in the chat, and I'll send you some stuff. I'll send it.
Yeah, guys, he put his
Okay.
email will be in the chat. Yeah, he's solid. And like I said, guys, we're gonna do like 2 or 3 of these sessions. We'll just basically blank out the rest of April and do AI and let Justin do his thing and teach you guys how to do all this. And then that way we can hit the ground running after the securities attorneys come on in May, and we can spend the entire summer just taking down properties, taking down deals.
Hey,
Cool.
Nick,
Yeah.
did you ask us which would be a better date other than Monday, like Saturdays?
Yeah,
Like-
I'm gonna put it in the group. I may put it in the group. Sunday. I mean, here's another thing. This is Easter weekend, so how many people want to do something on Saturday? I mean, obviously with Easter, I'm not available Sunday. I'm actually going to a concert in Colorado Springs. So I am not going to be. So if we don't want to meet on Saturday, I think we just need to just do Monday night next week again and just do AI on
I
Monday
could
night.
do Saturday easily.
I know, but a lot of people. I want to reach out. I mean, I'll throw it out to the group and see if anybody wants to do it on Saturday, and then to see if we can do it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say let's plan on Monday, just keeping the Mondays going. And if I get some feedback and we get some people, what I don't want to do is come on and then nobody shows up on a Saturday and it's me and Justin or
Oh,
2
I
other
understand.
people. And,
Oh, I
yeah,
understand that, Nick, but I'm just saying that most Saturday will work for me if it's for me, not for anybody else.
because we can even do it and just record it, and anybody can't make it, they can watch it on video. But I think we need to do, like Justin was saying, we need to do a couple. We can't really do what we need to do in 2 hours. I mean, it is
Right.
pretty involved in teaching people how to and letting people ask questions
Right.
because we can go through it really fast since we're experienced at it. We can, I mean, I can fly through AI and all that stuff. Justin can work it around me.
So,
You can work circles around me.
there's this thing I was gonna ask you. ask you, Nate. So the AI thing I'm going to be presenting is it's my buddy's software. I became an ambassador with him. I'm going to show him all the stuff I showed you, but I highly recommend they get this software before I start.
Okay, but is there a cost to it?
That there is a cost to this.
Okay, because I do want to show them. I do want to show them some stuff that I don't have to pay for extra, but
Yeah, like
you
so
gotta, you
for
gotta kind of make it
the hunter.
optional.
So
Yeah.
for the Hunter IO, that one's free only for 25 a month. You can only send 25 email things.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the basic hunter stuff. You know, I just tell most of these I'm just trying to teach people how to start using them, and then they can
Yeah.
they can use the free versions until they can start generating income. You know,
Yep.
that way they can get used to things before they
Okay.
go and spend money. And
The one that I got, it handles the private money. It handles foreclosure leads. If you're trying to take over mortgages, it handles direct to agent. It automatically sends the POFs. That one's gonna cost because my buddy built it.
yeah,
But that
I
right
get
there
that.
would definitely make money.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll have to kind of leave that. Like, if people want to do that, that's cool. I want to do some of the free stuff with some of the other stuff we have, just because I do. I mean, I've kind of like promised everybody that we could do some stuff for. We can show some people free, on the free stuff we got. We can show them on ChatGPT 3, and we can show them the free version of Hunter, just to at least get them started. And then if people want to, if there are people that want to invest and get software, then we can go a little deeper with them. I mean, because I just want to be fair to everybody. There's a lot of people that are, I try to price everything like, and people have said that, oh, you need to charge more. It's like, well, yeah. So I want to try
Yeah.
to make sure it's fair to everybody, and
All right, cool.
then we don't
That's
start
fine.
hit,
That's
that we
fine.
don't start hitting everybody up for other things right away. Because a lot of people are still just trying to build their buildings and get their businesses going. So
Yeah.
if we can use them, yeah, if we can,
But what if there's people? There's probably some people, because you mentioned it. There's people that are experienced too. There's some people in here that might want to like jump the gun and just go for it and like start killing it, right?
oh no, exactly, and I get it. I mean, and you can feel free to talk to everybody about it and promote it and tell people what they can do with it. I just want to make sure that for the people that don't, I don't want them to get like totally left behind. Like, like we can still show them a lot of stuff that'll help them, because some people don't even want to use AI. I mean, there's some people in our group that are like, oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. And it's got to be like an optional, like kind of thing. Hey, I want to use AI and stuff. I think everybody should use it, or at least get ready to use it. Because I think
Yes.
we can differentiate this. Our group can actually be ahead of a lot of groups. I don't see that many real estate related groups talking about AI as much as we are. Richard Roop is like $10,000 to get in this program, and some other people. I want to make sure that we can at least get these, everybody at least a basic. Just watch us, because even this prop wire with it's free, if we can show them prop wire, and you can, we talk about privy. It's hard to get fencing them, so if you can show them privy, since you got it, we could go through a little privy. We can do a little bit, at least to get them in a direction. And then if they go, hey, I really want to go into this a different direction, then I'll let you guys come on and you guys can pitch that. I don't have a problem doing it at that point, but I do want to make sure that nobody gets, just, hey, that everybody kind of feels excluded.
Hey, here's one thing though. Anybody that doesn't use AI, I'm gonna say this one time on this channel, you're gonna get left behind.
No, they
Yeah,
are,
absolutely.
but I'm trying to also do it where people feel comfortable. Like, hey, okay, I'll come in and see this, and I'll start break it into it, and get them. Don't force them in. Don't bring them in on Chat GPT 4. Let them start playing with it and get a little used to it. And it's like a lot of stuff that we have for free. It's like there's a lot of stuff I could, it's just so much stuff out there to show people. But no, let's do it. Let's just try to get everything going AI wise, and get everybody set up in that direction, because it's like you're saying, people will get left behind if they don't do it. And we can incorporate. You can go all the way through getting lenders and funding, and we can build a program around everybody. We can build this program around everybody in this group.
That's true too. Hey, Justin, before we have our first session, is there stuff that you want us to be familiar with before you start to make it a little bit easier for you?
I would definitely make a Chat GPT account.
Well,
I would
that's,
def-
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I would say that. Well, that's a given. You can't do Chat GPT without an account. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
like should they be familiar with with the prop wire and the
No, so I'll go over everything. I'll show you all the filters on PropWire. I'll show you all the filters on Listiva. Then I'll go into PropStream. I'll go into everything really in depth. Like, so there's different stuff I use Privy for. There's different stuff I use PropStream for. That's the reason
Yeah.
I got all of them. The main reason I use PropStream is for buyers, because you can literally find the biggest buyers in seconds.
You mean your buyer list?
Yes, I find my buyers list on there. And I also find buyers on Privy, but I find out who the big buyers are. So you can go and find somebody that just sold property and then look up that property on PropStream and hit linked property and see how much loan they have, how many properties they own and everything like that. You can't do that on Privy. That's why I got PropStream.
Okay. And no, because the reason I'm asking is I think if people have an opportunity to be familiar with some of these things that you're going to suggest that we have implemented, it will probably make our learning curve a lot easier.
Yeah.
as
Like
opposed to-
then I wouldn't need to teach it, brother.
But no. I'm not saying teach, man. I'm not saying teaching. I'm just sitting here saying like, if you got to learn how to walk, you're going to stumble some. But if you don't have to stumble as much, I'm thinking it'd make it a little bit easier for you to say like, now you take PropStream and you want to do this, and this to get this. Or if you need to create a buyer list, you want to do this, as opposed to, I'm not saying shorten it, but I'm suggesting
Yeah.
that if you are prepared, it's just like taking your SAT. If you study a little bit before you take the
Yeah.
SAT, hopefully your score is a lot higher. Excuse me, if you didn't do anything, but just walk in cold.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is on the first day when I show it to
Yeah.
y'all, it's gonna be the next day, and then I'm gonna test y'all on what y'all know. Like, hey, y'all know how to do this? Y'all know how to do this? Then oh man, y'all failed. I'm just kidding.
No, I just thought it might be a help for you because
Yeah.
you might have 50 people here and like they don't have a account with the Chat GPT. That's defeating the whole purpose.
Yeah,
But
but he'll be recording it though, so y'all can always go back.
yeah, no, I just thought I was just saying like since you're gonna be doing this for a few hours over several days or week, the least the group might want to try to do is help you to teach us, because the more you know about something, the more enlightened you could see better.
Yeah. I
things.
would highly recommend y'all like just learn it from me as I go, because that wouldn't make sense for me to teach y'all before I teach y'all, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like guys, I mean, that way people can ask questions and all that, and I just want to make sure nobody's like, so we can do that, and then let people make their decision if they want to go a different direction as far as like software and stuff. Like I don't have a
Mhm.
problem doing that, but I want to make sure that people want to learn AI because
Yeah. The technology aspect of it, I want to learn the AI. I may not use it right away, but I want to be exposed to it. So when I, am not working with this flipper 100% of the time and I need to do my own thing, I can. But like you said, Justin, I need your teaching because I don't even know the difference between PropStream and PropWire, so I'm kind of new coming into this, and and I'm not afraid to admit what I don't know, but that's how I learn.
I say really one of the days I should teach y'all lead generation, and then the other day I teach y'all AI. Really, if y'all because y'all will get confused if I teach you AI and lead generation the same day, because I got a lot of ways to do lead gen, and y'all might get confused then and be like, "Whoa, what do I do?"
That's a good point.
Yeah, and that's solid. And then just keep in mind that not everybody's doing the same things, but I mean, we can definitely teach lead generation and then teach AI, and then guys, we can do this for the rest of April. So right after the security attorneys come on, okay, guys, we can rock and roll like I said all summer, just taking deals down. We get a lot of our internal lenders are in position to fund deals. We got our gators. We can work with Dan and Jesse. We can we got all of our other lenders. We got Gwen, her lenders. I mean, guys, we can just set this up to just be a phenomenal, process of, getting all the deal flow.
What is
Have a
that
very-
chat program you're talking about? It's not on here.
No, go to you Google open. Well, just Google Chat GPT. It'll take
no,
you to Open
You can go to
AI.
openai.com. And
Yeah.
then when you scroll down a little bit, they'll say something that says try Chat GPT. If you scroll down a little bit, click that, and then you got to make an account. The easiest way to make an account is to sign in with your Google. Because if you don't do that, you got to put in your password, all that. I always just sign into my Google and it goes right into it.
Okay.
But
So
don't
go to
use your personal
openai.com.
Google. Create a new Google account.
Hey, Nate, do you have a computer with sharing capabilities right now where you can share your screen? I can show them just a preview so they can understand like how to download it at least, so they're prepared for that part.
I can't do it on this one, but I can. I do have it on my other one, the one but I can't show it on this one. But yeah, it's Open AI is I have a free account. I mean, it's like to get GPT-3. I mean, you can just go in there and sign up and get the free one, download it right away. I mean, I was using it like 5 minutes after when I signed up for it.
Mhm.
So under openai.com, then you go to open chat. Was it CHP? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, so go to openai.com and then scroll down a little bit. You'll see like some crazy motion thing on the top where people are moving. Scroll down a little bit and like just scroll down. You'll see something colorful and it'll say try Chat GPT.
Okay.
Let me know when you see that. Try that while we're on the phone, just so I know you guys got that.
Yeah, I would have to boot up, Justin, which I can do.
Yeah, I'm not able to do it on this myself, but
Because
I have it.
I literally just left Los Angeles. That's why I'm on the road and I can't really screen share nothing right now.
It's pretty much it on my
I
phone.
was gonna ask Justin, are you still on vacation or?
Oh yes, I'm still on vacation. I literally just left LA just not long ago. Now I'm in Phoenix though, so I'm gunning it, y'all.
That's awesome. I've been following your pictures.
Yeah, and I was
Oh,
like,
you saying that I went to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I've been watching everything.
hey, I'm
What-
going to a concert on Sunday night, so I'll post some pictures from down there.
What beach were you at the other day when you were saying that it was so peaceful?
To be honest, it's crazy, but I don't even know what beach I was at. I just typed in on Google beach in Los Angeles, and it just brought me to a beach. So, but it's in Hawthorne, so I don't know the difference where the hell I was at. It's funny, my homegirl that was in Los Angeles, like, what
Hawthorne's-
beach was you at? And I was like,
Hawthorne's
I have
awesome.
no idea.
Hawthorne's awesome. It's a great. I have a friend that was LAPD SWAT, like real SWAT, unlike the TV show, and he used to talk about Hawthorne all the time.
Dude, it was fun as hell, man. I even got to go to the Pawn Star pawn shop.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I
fun,
saw that.
man. That was fun.
Yeah, I saw that, and then Chumley's Candy or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know Rick had a damn barbecue shop. That was kind of cool. So,
Yeah, I didn't
so
either.
when you go to LA, I mean, not Los Angeles, Las Vegas, like next door to the pawn shop, they have another building that's a 2-story building that has all kinds of extra shit. Like I'm talking a candy store, their VIP stuff that they have, a bar, like everything. They own everything right there. It's crazy.
That's cool. They must have added all that because last time I was in Vegas, they didn't have that. It was just the pawn shop. And yes, I saw.
It was like Orange County Choppers when they had the restaurant and all the stuff before they all broke up and they moved to Florida. They just kept adding stuff.
It was crazy, man. But I'm not gonna lie, the pawn shop was cool, but the better one was the customs, Count Customs, his shop. Oh my god.
Okay. I didn't really like the pawn shop that much because it didn't look like it did on TV, like it does on TV.
Well, they have a different. I've heard that they have a different, like one for the show because it's more set up for the show than they have a regular one that everybody else goes into.
Definitely wasn't the one on the show because this one that I went to was freaking huge.
So that's not what it was in Vegas. Because I have a good friend of mine who actually went on there. His name's David Meesey. You guys see him sometimes. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. So David was one of the staff photographers for Playboy for like 25 years. He shot covers and all that stuff. He actually went in and sold an original hand signed by Hugh Hefner Playboy stock certificate on Pawn Stars, and he told me what his experience doing that. He had an original hand signed as a ballpoint pen by Hugh Hefner. It was pretty valuable. So it's kind of cool. He also has a stack of business cards of people who were telling girls that they were him. Like Playboy photographer. Playboy had actually, their security department had actually confiscated them. Like people actually being fake photographers. He's got some great stories, man. He's trying to come out to Colorado. He wants to, yeah, he's awesome. He's been around the business for a long time. Obviously world-class photographer. He does a lot of celebrities as well. Does a lot of headshots and all that. Hey, Gabriella's here. That's awesome. We get Gabrielle on.
Bro,
Gabrielle.
I didn't realize how serious people are into wrestling. Like while the whole Logan Paul fight's going on, right? There's a guy behind me. If he wins, I'm gonna go down there and fuck him up. I was like, oh shit.
Oh crap.
Isn't he in trouble for some crypto something?
Yeah, man. Dude, it was funny. This guy lost millions of buying a fake Pokemon card. This guy's crazy.
No, because he had cryptos because CoffeeZilla makes fun of him all the time. Hey Gabrielle, what's up? How are you? Hey, so we'll just do AI. I mean, I'll ask about Saturday, but guys, I think maybe we just stay on the schedule and do Mondays. Just because I know we have a lot of people. I just don't want anybody to who's kind of cued into Mondays to miss it. Like I'll reach out and see if anybody wants to do a Saturday on this, but honestly, I believe we need to just stick to Mondays, and especially being Easter weekend. I don't know how many. There may be some people that don't celebrate Easter. Like I said, I'm going to a concert, so I just got my ticket today, so I'm pretty happy. I'm going to go see Toto for the 7th time since the last 10 years. So there's Africa and all that song. Did you guys know, just the joke? I actually used ChatGPT 3 and asked them to rewrite Wizard of Oz with Toto the band instead of Toto the dog. I thought that was funny.
Dude, it does anything. It's crazy, man. I literally just wrote a book with ChatGPT and then used what was it called? Quaterbot to paraphrase it. So I wrote a whole book using ChatGPT.
Okay, guys, and just a little while ago, I did post this thing that I got I got it from Armando. And he's gonna make an appearance again in a couple of weeks. But he sent me a thing with an AI tool to find AI tools. And I put that in the group today, so you guys might want to look for it. Plus, we have that list of 987. I mean, it's some pretty sick shit. I don't, if you guys were on with Justin and Chino, when you and Chino showed them that website you guys built, guys, you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, imagine being able to sit there and find the property, do analysis, find the seller or the agent, and actually generate an offering memorandum in a freaking a website, all on the same night, and like a couple hours, and you basically come away with publish your offering memorandum and put pictures and all that stuff in it. That'd be kind of really impressive, and it'd be like, and then be able to have your funding because you've got your internal lenders and we got the Gators and we got, that way you guys can go through and I honestly think Monday nights is going to be great this summer. I think we're going to be able to, by the end of the summer, everybody's going to be taking down properties.
So I gotta jump up here, guys.
Likewise.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Talk tomorrow.
Yes, we'll probably talk tomorrow, Bill. It was
All
great
right.
to talk to everyone, and have a great evening.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll go guys sign off.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'll reach out to you too. So,
Yes, please do. Thank you.
Night, guys.
all right.
Want to laugh? Want to
Yeah.
laugh?
I got the chat
If
GPT.
I want it.
Okay. Yes. So
I've been doing a lot of these on my phone. When we start doing this, I think you would probably recommend getting on my laptop and then using my phone also, or what's the best way?
I'm on my laptop now. What I'm going to try to do when we're doing this is I've got my Chromebook behind me. I'm going to start using my Chromebook and I'll use one to run the group and another one to run data. I mean, to run everything we got to do, because I
Sure.
don't like going back and forth with my iPhone. Because this is like right now I'm trying to figure out. Kevin's working on something with Glenn right now. But yeah, once we start doing that, I'll have my Chromebook working too. And I just recommend everybody laptop and desktop. It's a lot easier. I would
That's a good-
actually, I would actually prefer to run Zoom on my phone because the camera's better. I mean, you guys have seen a little of the quality that I do when I do the live streams and I do the YouTubes. But it sucks to have to go on this kind of screen and have to do the buttons for all letting people in the room and stuff. It's on there and it's like, with the phone's so sensitive.
Gotcha.
The touch screen, because if I do live streams, it's awesome. The camera is so incredible. I have a professional, like a Canon camera, and I've had it like 10 years almost, and it took really good pictures. My iPhone blows it away.
Mm. Hey, Nate, do you have another monitor?
I don't, but I have like the laptop and my Chromebook.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you, there's is a program inside of your computer where you can use a auxiliary and you can have two monitor connected together, and you can just switch from
Yeah.
monitor to monitor with different information.
Oh, I
mean,
can. No,
like, you could have-
I mean, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I did that
Yeah.
in my office. It looks like a hedge fund when you got like 2 or 3 screens.
Well, yeah, you got three screen, all be continuous, but I'm just saying you could make the screen one for one thing, like your picture right now.
Yeah.
Screen two could be like when you were trying to bring up data files for us to look at and review. That could be on a separate monitor.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get to by the time we are ready for this. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
still, because it comes back to the arguments like I've had. Sorry, because the camera's like on like a delay for some reason tonight. At least it's
Yeah.
not fading out like it has been.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get to the point where we've got like people with all kinds of different experience, and I want to make sure that I'm still personally be able to help new people without
Yeah.
them joining, and then all of a sudden they're lost and they don't know. Because we've even got new people that have never done real estate, but we've got new people coming on now who are here for the first time or the second time or whatever. And I need to still go back and do kind of some of the weeks 1 through 4 kind of
Yeah.
stuff with them to get them caught up to where you guys, because you guys have at least seen what we've done before paperwork wise. Because that's the
Mhm.
boring part. The first 6 weeks is like just, and I've talked about like doing a live boot camp, and I just don't think I could actually do one like on, because I don't have that kind of stand up and like have the PowerPoint on the screen. And God bless Rod Cleef and those guys that can do that. I'm good at coming out. I'm good at coming out and tell stories.
Yeah.
All right,
Well-
man. Hey, talk to you later, Mel. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, feel better, Mel. What I'm suggesting to you is that, well, I have a little bit of a computer nerd background. It's just that since my laptop keep getting germs, I'm gonna have to build a tower or fix the one that I have so that I can do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that what you need to do is, I'm suggesting, I'm not telling you, if so that you don't have a lag time between your Chrome notebook and whatever computer you're using for the Zoom, is that if you get the two monitors, do you have at least, well, I don't know how much speed you have or how big your hard
Well,
drive is.
no, Doris, I'm actually going back to my office that I haven't been in since the pandemic.
Okay.
I use it for my business address still, but I haven't gone there because
Yeah.
they have the social distancing. And then I was on the list for an office, and it's classed in. I mean, it's class one. It's a professional space like a
Yeah.
WeWork or a Regis. And I'm going back in there. I'm on. There's 3 offices coming up, and I'm getting one of them. I just don't know which office because
Okay.
they're all about the same size, and I've been there so long. They're giving me whichever one for the same price, even though somebody else would get one a different price. Now I'm going back in there, and it's T1, it's commercial and all that, and I can go in there at this time of night to do
Okay.
it when it's
So you know
closed.
what I'm talking about.
No,
You know
I
what
totally get it. I totally get it.
Okay.
I'm trying to like try to make it more, because I've seen people have asked, "Oh, dude, you should do this." Like, there's so high quality. It's like I don't want to leave people behind. I need to still be personable to people because we do
Mhm.
have so many people that are, and it's like people have asked me like, "Oh, you guys need to charge like $3 grand or $5 grand," and it's like when I can do that, I will. right now I don't want to do that because I don't want to. I still try to keep everything personable and if we had hundreds of people, if I'm going out to like Rod Cleve and have 1,000 people pay me $1,500 to come to my weekend, my 4-day camp at a hotel conference center and 1,000 people, then yeah, I'm going big time production quality and all that. Right
Yeah,
now, it's like I'm trying to just like get the information and get it to you guys, and this is real world stuff, and we're not. I'm trying to bring people like Justin who are you know, I'm bringing Mel and Bill and Dan. All these people have various backgrounds to help each other. So it builds a
yeah,
whole teamwork. And I'm basically providing all the systems, the processes, and the library of documents. And, it's just that's how these things to work. Because so many people are ego. I see it all the time. And it's like, they're selling a $10,000 course. And it's like, how hard does it, how long does it take to make up $10,000 ROI?
and it take a lot if you don't have it.
Yeah, and it's like, and we have a few people. We have a good friend of ours, me and Kevin. He's in our program for 2020 and all that. And he and his wife were into Renatus and Fortune Builders for about 50 grand.
More than
And
that.
yeah, they took all their education. They didn't have enough money to do their flips. Finally, after they took the 2020 class, they were able to get enough information. They were able to they were able to complete their flip, and they got it done. And then they still want to do real estate, but he's had health issues.
Yeah,
And I'm trying to so we have a lot of people that we've been able to help, and the lender list is awesome. I mean, it's like I used to send it out and people would, it's all convoluted, and now it's going to be easier. People are going to have it, they can search it. We get I got 500 lenders out in verification right now, and then we'll add those back in, and then I've got 8,000 more going in May 1st, and it becomes the 2.0, and then
okay.
July 12,000 more. It's 20,000 contacts for ridiculous. It's people are gonna. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff outside of real estate, and it's going to be incredible because I get tired of people trying to find lenders. And Helena's
Yeah,
group, the one that Helena and I took over in Jandy, that group had 38,000 people, and there were probably 18,000 bots and fake people in there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that, Cindy, I can do that. I'm doing a choice on how I do this right now. It's a choice. I can actually, yeah, I'm just kind of choosing to do this right now. When we do this stuff in May and June, we get into this deal structure. I'm gonna have the Chromebook and the other. It'll all be so because
no, I would just,
the Chromebook is almost brand new. I don't have anything. I don't have anything on it. It's actually far more powerful than the one I've had. This laptop I've had for 4 years. It's like it's I got 15 USB sticks. So
no, I just thought that would be easy for you to transfer data that, as opposed to trying to pull it up and try to get it to come through.
no, I
Because,
want to. No, I'd rather have it. I'd rather be able to have it and have the share screen on another computer, and then I can go back and forth. And I need the different setting. The office setting will actually have that, where I can actually have 2 or 3 screens in front of me, and I can have it's like a curved desk, like you see
Mhm,
it, like JP
yeah.
Morgan.
Oh no, I understand what you're talking about. I just was saying from home, just connect another monitor because you can use a key that go 1 to 2, and you can set it up to pull up all your different files on one monitor and still talk to us on another monitor, and you just flip it to that other screen when you need to demonstrate something. You know,
Oh yeah,
that's all,
exactly.
that's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna be there, guys. And I mean, I think what I'm gonna try to do is facilitate more or less than and having like Justin's probably gonna spend a considerable amount of time showing you guys stuff. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to be facilitating. But when we get around to maybe June and after the securities attorney comes on,
Mhm.
yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. We're just going to basically spend about 3 months just taking deals down. You're going to
Hey,
get, everybody's going to get what they want to get. We're going to bring some 2020 people in, and then some of the PMA people, a lot like Matt and Jesse,
mhm.
and we're going to get the deals done.
Yes, that's my goal to get them done.
And we got some going down right
Yeah, I
now. So
know.
that's a good.
I want to
So,
get something done too.
I was
Well,
thinking of reaching out to ask everybody what their market is, so we can work on deals in their area that they're already familiar with.
yeah.
Matt, you're still in Los Angeles, aren't you? Or in that area?
Yeah, Los Angeles, Santa Barbara.
Yes. Oh, yes, Santa Barbara. I always forget there's like a big difference.
It,
Um,
not- it's like 90 miles north, but not really.
Yep. So I'm like, yeah. So everything's gonna be awesome. And like I said, if people need, especially Cindy and Zeke, and I know Gabby and Gabrielle and all that, you guys, if you guys want to work with me on catching up and things like that, or just work on what you guys want to do, we want to make sure you guys are kind of could come out and tell us what you're doing. I know Gabrielle, you've been here since January too, but Cindy and Zeke and all that, you guys can come out and introduce yourselves to the group. And feel free maybe next Monday or something, and come out and say, hey, what are you guys doing? And so we can know what your background is and what you're looking to do. And then we got 30 something people that can help you or partner with you, or like Justin's doing AI, and we got internal lenders. We got 7 people that can do internal deals. And if you guys got bigger deals, I mean, like I said, Bill's working with Dan right now on a couple of deals, and he's got a 3,000 acre deal in Texas, and Dan's working with him on getting it funded. Gwen's working with Nancy on her mill, her grain mill in Kansas, in Missouri, and so we got some deals going down right now. So that's cool. I'll check with the chat. So guys, I will be putting this on. It's on record. I will be putting it into the group in the morning by 10 a.m. Denver time. So if you did come on later, if you missed anything, or if you need to get any information that you missed, it'll be on I put on YouTube, but it's a private playlist. So I'll put the link into the Facebook group, so that way you can watch it. Other than that, you can't find these Monday night sessions on the public side of the YouTube channel.
That would be great.
Yeah, no, yes, and to get a hold of me, and I'll get you caught up and all that stuff, because I know we're starting to put with you and some other people that just came in, we're going to start putting you guys in like a new, in a format as these people as our current transition, because we've got people from 2020 that are kind of, they're out there doing deals. We had one of our guys did the 2020 to September 2020 into April 2021 2 years ago now, and he's got a $75 million portfolio. Cameron's Barry, the kid's just out of college when he's in our 2020 class. I think he was just graduated college, and now he's helping people finance 50 rental properties. And his investors they have to be in the Midwest. You have to have a 660 credit score and some other requirements, but you get 50 rental properties, and they do the acquisition loan, down payment loan, and they pay you money at closing. And it's a good way to get your income going, your cash flow going, and have your experience. And you guys that are newer, if we go through the first 6 weeks, we do another. I'll do like a 1-on-1 for everybody to it'll be on a different night. Won't be on a Monday, but we'll do a 1-on-1 for everybody again, and we'll go through how that works. The 7 E's, which is one's experience, executive summary, things like that. Exit strategy. We'll do all that again probably probably May to June. I'll do like a 6 week, maybe like a Wednesday night or something, just a basics again. And anybody that's been in the program since January, even 2020, can actually just come on as well if you need a refresher. Because you got a documentation it gets old, it's boring, but it's necessary. You want your documentation to be right. And we've got contracts, guys. And if you need a contract for any deal you're doing, I have a contract generator. I do have to either get the information needed to generate your contract or your agreement. And I can do leases as well if you have rental properties, but I can't give you access because it's like in a back office of one of the companies that I basically got my education through. So, but I can generate about 30 different forms and contracts that are all lawyered up. But it's a contract generator. You just type what contract or what agreement you want, and then you can fill it out, and it prints it out like all professional, like lawyers do. So I don't know, first or second week in May, we'll have a securities attorney on, maybe 2. We're going to do AI all the way through April. Get everybody caught up to AI. And I'll put some more stuff in the group tomorrow for that. We'll see if anybody wants to do Saturday. I just think with Easter weekend, I don't think anybody's going to be really interested in doing this stuff this Saturday. So I think I'm just going to keep it going on Mondays. Maybe do
Yeah,
it
I
to
forgot
next
Easter
Monday.
was a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean Easter Sunday, but people do stuff all Easter weekend.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, in May after the security attorney is done, guys, we're gonna fly, and I'll get everybody else caught up. You know, we'll get the second group. We got about 5 or 6 more people coming on for that, and then we're gonna be tapped at some point. All we're gonna really do is do the 2.0 and the 3.0. Associates is pretty much almost tapped out because we don't really have as much bandwidth until you guys can eventually start picking up people to work with, like partners and stuff like that. But we're getting to the point where we just want to basically work with about 50 people. It makes it a lot easier to get you guys all doing deals. Once you guys are all doing deals, then it's a huge. There's so much we can do. So I guess if anybody doesn't have any questions for the night or whatever, I guess we'll go ahead and get ready to log off. So we actually went. Yeah, we went hour and 40 minutes. I know it's like 9:40 on the east coast. So also I will put another poll out there if people want to start at 5:30 my time instead, because I know we got some East Coast people. So and that way it's 4:30 in Matt's time. Matt and Angel are out in California. Angel doesn't come on that much, so Matt, I'll just go off of you. We'll try to start maybe it'll be like probably like 4:30 your time, but I got like 30 people there on the East Coast. So if anybody doesn't have anything else, we'll go ahead and log off.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
just reach out to me. Guys, just reach out to me if you need it in the midweek and we can make sure you got everything. If you need to know where stuff is in the files tab section, it's just files, just go to files in the group. And then we'll be doing a tutorial on the 1.0 as well as the AI. And then Justin's going to go over lead generation. And you can go to lead generation AI and we can then plug in all the paperwork. And don't forget, we can help you with paperwork. To help you make offers, get fundings and all that. But yeah, cool. I appreciate it, everybody. So it was a great session, great discussion.
Yeah, it was.
Cool. All right. Sounds
Okay.
good. I'll talk to everybody later. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Okay.